So, how many of you love playing Karl Franz? I mean, why not? He's the Emperor. We unite! I love his voice actor. I love the speeches he gives in the trailers. As well as in the quest battles. But obviously with changes to the Empire faction and Elspeth, which, again, just to reiterate,
the Empire
starts right next to where Altdorf is on this map as well.
As I hold
Interestingly, though, Balthasar starts over here now. I wonder why that is. I'll talk about that after we talk about Karl. So, Karl gets some interesting changes. A couple which listed here are: has access to the elector counts, enabling access to the powerful state troop units and ancillaries just right off the bat because he's the Emperor. He doesn't have to unlock them like others have to. He just has access to them right away. He's also now immune to diplomatic penalties from trespassing in Empire regions. Thank goodness. Wasn't it always annoying when you had to take him through other areas and you were, like, penalized for trespassing? He's the Emperor. He should be able to go throughout the Empire as he wishes. So let's take a look at some of the changes and such for Karl. And then I'll show you something interesting with Balthasar specifically, and maybe even Wolfheart. They also made another interesting little change for Balthasar I want to go ahead and point out to you guys that I think is cool that they bothered doing that. Gosh, it's so weird having a faster loading time. I say that because usually I play with mods and it just slows this down quite a bit. I'm not used to quick loading campaigns and such. I also have the Immortal Empires Expanded mod, which just adds even more to the map.
Now is the time, men of the Empire, to unite!
To unite! So, you'll notice that, of course, the Imperial Authority bar up here is different now. He also still has Prestige. And, of course, he has the Elector Count Prestige. And he's got this bar up here about Imperial Authority. One of the other notable changes is that they have given you Helmgart right off the bat. I was one of those that agreed that it was always annoying that you had to work to get this fort away from the secessionists. You know, it was always kind of like, ugh, you know? So I'm glad they made that change. Interesting, you'll notice that Elspeth has vampiric corruption in her territory. Though it looks like it is getting reduced, but it's just amusing, you know? Oh, that's because she has vampire counts right here. So when you start as Elspeth in Immortal Empires, you have to quickly go ahead and deal with these vampire counts that are invading Wizenland. Now you'll notice that they have this here, and it's not Balthasar. I'll talk about that later, when we talk about Balthasar.
Summon the Elector Counts!
But, that's another thing. So, the Elector Counts! So this system is still pretty similar. There are some changes, such as this right here. Once all 13 Elector Count seats are under your control, you can hit Summon the Elector Counts! Which means all of them that are not currently besieging or garrisoned are summoned to your location. So if you're facing a massive army, you can say, Summon the Elector Counts! And they will all show up and help you. It's awesome. It's like him making a call to the Avengers or something. It's really cool. People are still holding out hope for you, Boris Todbringer. They're still holding out for you to get some love from Creative Assembly. Interesting that it's now called Wizenland and Nuln. It's not just called Wizenland anymore. Or Nuln. It's called both Wizenland and Nuln. Huh. He still starts off with the dragon tooth. Also, in the patch notes, they made some interesting changes, including now making Deathclaw even better. Because now he gets even more health when he mounts Deathclaw. So, yeah. I think that's a change right there. I don't remember that being there. The Elector Count State Troop pool capacity. His tech tree is, of course, a little different with the new one, except he also has this instead of what Elspeth has. Although I believe this... I love that this is named the Conclave of Light. Diplomatic talks can now be held between all Empire, High Elf, Kislev, Bretonnia, Dwarf, and Cathay factions. That's great. Emperor of the Empire. All Emperor's decrees actions are upgraded. So that is also something new. Electoral Machinations. This is a new mechanic right here. This is basically similar to the Changing of Ways that Tzeentch has. The Electoral Machinations panel allows you to spend prestige to perform unique actions across the campaign via 2 tabs, the Emperor's Decrees and Diplomatic Talks. This is a mechanic that I believe is unique to Karl because he's the Emperor. He should have unique stuff. It's one of the reasons why it's probably the most played campaign in the game by players. The Emperor's Decrees tab offers unique targeted actions that can provide special benefits across your campaign. Emperor's Decrees can boost your armies and settlements, while some can target other Empire factions and elector counts who have yet to join you to send them aid, confederate them, or declare war without affecting fealty. Selecting any action will reveal its effects, which can also be upgraded via the Emperor of the Empire technology. Selected actions will also display their permitted target type, prestige cost, and cooldown time in the panel here. Once a valid target is selected, actions are performed using this button to confirm. Diplomatic talks allow you to improve or worsen diplomatic relationships between factions. We've seen this before. The 2 factions whose diplomatic relationship you wish to manipulate are selected here. At the start of a campaign, you can only select manipulate relations between elector count factions. By researching elector count technologies, however, it can eventually be possible to manipulate relationships between other cultures. With your desired faction selected, the Improve Relations and Decrease Relations button allows you to spend prestige to improve or worsen diplomatic relations. I have a mod that dramatically increases the amount of, like, currency and such I get in a campaign, so, like, after one battle, I'll have, like, thousands of prestige. This is going to get quite fun. So, what are some of these decrees? Well, we have Call to Arms, where he, for 3 turns, reduces recruitment costs and increases local recruitment capacity. Commendation grants a target army's lord more experience. Open the Gates grants 1 population surplus to target region's province. Inquisition, the Inquisition, what a show, the Inquisition. Here we go. No, I like that. Well, actually, somewhat. The target Empire region has all their province corruption reduced by 50. So, you notice how I was like, oh, hey, they have 50 vampire corruption. I could do an Inquisition and just reduce that to 0. Conscription. The target army instantly completes 1 turn of ongoing local and global recruitment. Send aid. Spawn degrading army for target Empire faction at target region. Target action's fealty is +2. Can't be used on your own regions. Requisition. All elector count state troop units will be replenished instantly in the recruitment pool. Casus Belli. Safely declare war on target elector count faction without suffering a loss of fealty with other elector counts. While he would have hoped for a peaceful solution, the most Karl Franz can hope for now is to reduce the fallout of war. And unify! The Empire must stay united, and who better to lead us than Emperor Karl Franz for the Empire? Confederate, target 10 fealty, elector count faction, fealty of all elector counts, -2. So I can select Elspeth and yeah, if I wanted to. So yeah, that's some of the really cool new changes for Karl. Now let me show you what they did with Balthasar.
As I hold in the name of...
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
How many of you are noticing that this is different? Yeah, this is different, and I'm impressed that they went out of their way to do this. Has access to the Colleges of Magic, enabling the recruitment of wizards and special campaign actions. And he starts in Cathay. This is another kind of reference to that Immortal Empires trailer, where we saw him with Zhao Ming. And it was like, wait a minute. Balthasar and Zhao Ming together, that's interesting. Considering the ties the two of them have to alchemy. An alchemical bromance, if you will.
Might and magic are mine to command.
So, Balthasar Gelt, Supreme Patriarch of the esteemed Colleges of Magic, has traveled east, seeking opportunity to further the Empire's knowledge of the arcane. Dealing with the local Cathayan rebels will aid his fellow alchemist, Zhao Ming, and help ensure the exchange of arcane insights. With clever diplomacy, the expedition may yield a powerful ally for the Empire. The Supreme Patriarch must further the research of the Colleges of Magic, using its powers to either establish a safe position in Cathay, or further the Empire's authority at home, leading the Golden Order to campaign victory. So yes, the Burning Wind Nomads are now rebels that we will be at war against. Complete 12 unique College of Magic repeatable actions or unlocks. Complete 24. And you're like, what's the College of Magic? It's this right here. The Colleges of Magic panel grants access to wizards and unique actions of their orders in return for arcane essays, as well as various magic items and bonuses. Each tab represents a different College of Magic, each offering different actions. Actions within each college are locked until one of their wizards has been recruited, either via the starting action in each tab or normal hero recruitment. Repeatable actions can be used multiple times throughout the campaign to enable wizards to provide powerful aid to your armies, but are limited by a cooldown period. Single-use actions grant rewards such as permanent wins of magic bonuses and special items. With an action selected, the info panel will show you its effects, what target is required, its cost, and its cooldown period. Once a valid target is selected and you have the required amount of arcane essays, this button will become available to complete this action. So, the Golden Order. A gold wizard. Capacity recruits a golden wizard at the target region. Transmutation. Turns materials into treasury. Compelled corrosion. Minus 30 armor for enemy forces within the same region as the gold wizard's army. The robes of the Supreme Patriarch. The Kamen Katana. Winds of magic costs reduced for Lord of Metal spells for all armies. And Gehenna's Golden Globe, which I think is supposed to be one of those So from what I've heard, the thing that makes Balthasar's new College of Magic so incredibly powerful is that these are supposed to be like cataclysm spells. I think that's what this represents. Each of these different ones gives you access to different cataclysm spells if you pursue that route. Like you can get Ashes and Dust here. For the Bright Order, you can get Magma Storm. For the Celestial Order, you can get Thorson's Thunderstorm. Yep. For the Jade Order, you can get Storm of Renewal. Amber Order, you can get a Monstrous Regiment. Light Order, Time Amok. I wonder if that's a Star Trek reference. You know, Amok Time. If you know, you know. Dance of Despair. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are like cataclysm spells. So yeah, these can be pretty strong. And that's one of the really new cool things about Balthasar. But the other really cool thing for this new starting area is, we'll just go ahead and...
the comet.
Gonna progress a bit here. Get some essays for that. Okay. There we go. Hold on. Oh, I don't have a settlement yet. Hold on.
You summon me.
So now this pops up. Zhao Ming, the Iron Dragon of the Western Provinces, thanks you for your aid protecting their southern border from the Burning Wind Nomads, while he deals with the dissenters to the north. He requests further aid to continue pushing them back. So, you get a few options here. You can either agree to help and get a buff called A Welcoming People. More control and more recruitment capacity, plus you increase your diplomatic relations with him. You can demand supplies in return, which gives you Temple of the Untimate Winds and Sleep upgraded tier 2. Or you can decline. You will remember this, it's a Telltale game now. And diplomatic relations reduced, and you get more treasury. We'll agree to help, of course. It's like, yes, indeed, of course I'll help.
Do not waste my potential.
And now, we can go ahead and target this, and... boop.
Gold!
Now we have a gold wizard! To join Balthasar, yes, there we go.
Eye is needed.
So Balthasar's unique thing here, you'll notice the State Troops thing is here to unlock them. Everyone except Karl has this because Karl doesn't need these, he already has them. But Balthasar gets more arcane essays gained post-battle, and ability number of uses +1 for cataclysm spells. Wow. And you can increase your relations with Cathay. I mean, yeah, may as well since we are here in Cathay and since we are basically helping out Zhao Ming. Alright, let's go ahead and grab a couple more units here.
I am ready. Are you?
So we have to choose between either missile strength for gunnery infantry units or weapon strength for melee.
Let us begin. You summon me.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I never really played that much of Balthasar back in the day. I only usually ever played as Karl. Huh, you can get the Diplomatic Halls, which increases your relations with Cathay. The Temple of Elemental Winds, and you can get the Woodsman's Hut. You don't have any connections with the Empire right now at the moment. Now, from what I've heard, Wolfheart gets a similar kind of thing. He's always started in Lustria, but there's going to be an option coming up later where you will be able to choose whether or not you want to stay here in your starting location or if you want to get sent back to the Empire. And if you do, that's when you get access to the Imperial Authority stuff. Because you don't have access to it now because you're here in Cathay. But you can get access to it if you return. And I've heard that's the case with both Balthasar and Wolfheart. And maybe even Volkmar. But I haven't found out about that yet.
Do not waste my potential. I am the Supreme Patriarch.
We'll just go ahead and get a bit more of a bigger army before we continue. I don't think I've looked up any Balthasar mods. But I'm thinking that this DLC is going to prompt some people to want to make some more Balthasar-focused mods. Especially now that he's going to get access to all these Cataclysm spells. You know?
I go where the winds howl.
By the way, there is one thing I really wish Creative Assembly would fix or add to this game, and maybe they have and I just don't know about it, but I know other players have complained about this. Camera settings need to be an option that you can have set by default in the options menu. Having to do this manually every time you do a different campaign is annoying and a little frustrating.
Let us begin.
Let us have it as a default option we can choose in the menu, please. Or the options menu, I mean.
I am the Supreme Patriarch. The Empire. By the Comet. I am ready. Are you? Do not waste my potential. I shall be victorious. Who calls?
Don't mind me just cracking my knuckles.
It is time. I am the Supreme Patriarch.
I should double check whether or not I can get any other further agreements with Zhao right now. Especially after getting that tech to increase my Cathay relations, right?
Would you care for a demonstration of the power of fire and metal?
This is worthy.
For Cathay. Come, rest. You have journeyed hard. Quite the success of diplomatic art.
You know, I think I heard someone ask who would be a better statesman, Yuan Bo or Karl. I mean, Karl is known as a great statesman, but Yuan Bo has been at work doing that for how long?
By the comet.
Alright, so, next choice you get. The Burning Wind Nomads have been successfully pushed back across the Great Canal. Zhao Ming, the Iron Dragon of the Western Provinces, asks for your continued assistance by advancing across the waterway and dealing the final blow to the Descendants. You can either save for a price and get more arcane essays, decline, or get more growth and reduce construction costs by agreeing to help.
What? The nation calls. Now.
Battle Wizard. Battle Wizard, Battle Wizard. It's basically just more Battle Wizards. So you can't do these until you recruit a Battle Wizard from that school. Gotcha. Now, that gives us access to these other ones here. The Shai Storm. Damage all enemies' forces within the same region. Ashes and Dust. I hope you can get access to that, like, as Elspeth. Since that's the school she focuses on. Along with Death, but, you know. You know.
The way is known.
Probably didn't have to put him over there. Probably could just put him in Balthasar's army.
Ready.
Now I'm kind of regretting that. I'm like, why did I put him over there? I can't really recruit anything else, so I may as well.
Mortal eyes need help.
There's no listed mission, it looks like, but you're basically supposed to just focus on taking down the Burning Wind Nomads. And then you'll be able to progress through that little initial quest chain with Zhao Ming.
Embrace mortality relics.
the Empire. Interesting. The Bright Order are seeking targets for their initiates to practice on. And here you are.
You want peace? No. Zhao Ming does not want peace. He wants me to take this territory back from you.
I am the Supreme Patriarch. I shall be victorious!
Apologize if lack of me talking is bothering you guys. Throat is starting to get a little sore from all the talking I've been doing. So now we do have a mission to either raise or sack this particular building here. Well, I guess we'll sack it. Now, Balthasar has his horse.
Yes, I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Our spirits still belong to the Emperor.
The nation calls. Ready.
Ah.
Fire? Summon speed!
So... what?
Looks like it's basically the same thing. Shows what I know, right? Only 12 and then 24, huh? Interesting.
Who calls?
Drinking some water to help out my throat.
Deathly.
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary, though, for while the potential...
There's the advisor. Alright. Let us continue.
By the comet. I am ready. Are you?
Like, let's just say that I was anticipating that once this DLC came out, I was going to be playing a lot of Nurgle, Empire, and Dwarfs over the coming days, or even weeks. Especially since I anticipate this is also going to cause the modding community to also focus on those factions.
Shaman flows through me.
Which just simply adds more to those factions and what we can do with them.
You summon me. Now.
Also, clearly don't follow anything I do in these videos when it comes to like strategy and such. Remember, I'm playing on easy.
Gold. Let us not waste either in idle chatter.
And I am no expert when it comes to Total War games. So if you're looking for a channel to get some kind of advice on what to do on like higher difficulties, my channel is not the place to do that. I never play this game on higher difficulties than easy, or even normal.
Do not waste my potential.
The Emperor forgive us!
So now, we get our last choice here. We get... With the rebels defeated, Zhao Ming sends his thanks to for your assistance in dealing with them in his absence. He now formally requests the safe return of Cathay's lands to its rightful owners. You can refuse, which will dramatically hurt your relations with them. You can say, we'll negotiate mutual benefits, persuade Zhao Ming to allow you to stay as protector of these lands to help him defend the southern border, and he will reserve the right to remove you by force should you act against Cathay's interests. It causes a defensive alliance with the western provinces. You'll get alchemists in arms. I'm pretty sure when in early access that was not what it was called. I'm pretty sure it was called Alchemical Romance. Because I recall that being in Lore Master of Sotek's video that he made about this. So I'm pretty sure that was called something different. I think they changed it, I don't know why. It was hilarious, and I'm sad it's not called that. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't have it called that for the final product. It seems like they changed it, and I'm not sure why. And I'm not sure I want to know the reason why, because it's probably not going to be a very convincing reason. Or we can return the land. This excursion has been a successful endeavor in improving our relations with the East, but... Whoops, sorry. But matters back home are of greater importance. So, we get 25,000 added to our treasury. We transport all forces and heroes to the Empire at full health. All the Cathayan regions that we got are gifted back to the western provinces, and we get a triumphant homecoming for 10 turns. A fruitful expedition has secured new opportunities between the Empire and Grand Cathay. In reward, the Golden Order is granted the key to the Empire. Population surplus 1 for newly captured settlements. Immune to diplomatic penalties from trespassing in Emperor regions. Immune to regionless attrition. Minus 100% upkeep for all armies. 30% campaign movement range. And minus 50% construction time for all buildings faction-wide. Holy mackerel. Those are a lot of really nice choices for returning to the Empire. So it's going to be interesting to see how many people, when they do this, which one they choose. If they want to stay here, which, yeah, gets you more of that stuff. Or, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. I want to show you what happens. So we are returned back to the Empire.
By the comet.
We are placed here in Altdorf, which is interesting. You know? It's like, wait a minute, isn't he supposed to be down here? But I guess that's why they give you the buff, so you can try and determine where you want to go instead.
Let us begin.
In our absence, it seems that both Karl and Kazrak have been at work. Karl has claimed Karlberg, while Kazrak is causing a lot of corruption. A lot of chaos corruption. Oh, Karl's up there. Probably trying to deal with what's going on. Aid their cause. And that gets more diplomatic relations with, yeah.
I am ready. Are you?
So I'm going to head back to where Balthasar used to start. No diplomatic penalties for trespassing. The only thing you really have to deal with, it looks like, is the vampiric corruption while trying to move down and take over this territory here. And you get another one for helping out with Marienburg, dealing with the Black Pit Tribe and the War Herd.
Imperial Scholar!
Onwards!
It looks like Elspeth went down here and took the territory for herself, it seems. Huh, the teachings of Teclis. That's amusing. So I'm just curious if Elspeth is actually down here. If she's like, nope, this territory is mine now. Because as of now, you don't really have a home region, it looks like. At least I don't think you do. Which is interesting that he's also not... Oh, that's right. That's one of the buffs you get. You don't suffer attrition from not having a home region. Ah, there's Elspeth. There you are. So yeah, if you want to claim a region, maybe you're probably better off going up here, try and take on the Black Pit Tribe and take over that area, while also dealing with Kazrak. So that's probably something that I may do on a repeat, like when I try this again. So yeah. So that is the changes to Karl and Balthasar. Those are the main changes. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what else I'll probably show you. I may test some stuff out and check out if there's anything else new that I want to show you guys. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the Thrones of Decay DLC, and I will see you guys next time.